about full stop, the other one is about the question mark. So once again I'll just repeat a small glance, and then we will go for the remaining two punctuation marks, and then I will give you a small exercise on that. How to write those exercise I'll teach you. Okay children? So now coming to the class. This grammar topic, punctuation marks. Grammar, what we are learning? Yes, it is punctuation marks. We are learning about the punctuation marks. So in this, I already taught you about two. One is about full stop. One is about full stop. The other one is about full stop means we will put a mark like this. And the other one is about question mark. About question mark. We learned about these two. When do we use these marks? That also I explained. So here, when we put a full stop, we use this full stop when the sentence is ending. If we are going to end the sentence, if we are going to stop the information, this is the clear-cut information we have given. Through this sentence means we will put a full stop. Okay children, this is clear? So example, I'm the most intelligent. I'm the most intelligent person. I have written a sentence like this. I am the most intelligent person. I have given a complete information. So this shows that the sentence is being completely given. So I will place a full stop. What will I place? I will place a full stop. Next. We are about to reach. We are about to reach the temple. We are about to reach the temple. Means I have given the complete information. Means almost within a couple of minutes we are going to reach to the temple. So the sentence is commenced. So we will place a full stop here. And very easiest thing is starting we will have a direct sentence, direct subject about either about a person or about a pronoun. It may be either the sentences will begin with a person or place or animal or thing, or it can be a pronoun. For example, when we take the word I is a pronoun. Here, when we take the word we is a pronoun. So, if the sentences are beginning with a pronoun, then we consider it as a statement and will definitely place a full stop. This is clear children? So, I am the most intelligent person. I have given the information about myself that I am the intelligent person. So, I started the sentence with I and ended by giving the information about me. So, here I stands for pronoun. I stands for pronoun. Means pronoun means you have learned already. Pronoun means a word used in place of a noun. Instead of a noun, we use this word. Next, we are about to reach the temple. So I have told you about us, about ourselves. We means maybe I and my friend, or I and my family, or some people together. We are all coming to the temple. About to reach the temple. Within a couple of minutes, we will come to the temple. Okay children? So here we, no specification of any persons. So that's why we is also considered as a pronoun. We is also a pronoun. Is it clear children? So if we want to use a full stop, we have to keep it in mind. One more important thing is that the sentence may begin with a pronoun, or here either with any name of a person. For example, Madhu got first prize. Madhu got first prize in the competition. Madhu got first prize in the competition. So Madhu participated in the competition, maybe a essay writing or something else, or in a race of some competition she participated, and in that she got the first prize. And I started the sentence with Madhu got the first prize in the competition. So she participated in a competition and she got the prize. That is the information I wanted to give. So here the sentence is commenced, means completely clear information is given. So the sentence ended. The sentence ended. That means we should place a full stop. So here the sentence I started with the word Madhu. I started the sentence with the word Madhu. Madhu means it's a name of a person. Madhu means it's a name of a person. So that means it is a noun. Name of a person means in your previous one of the video I taught you about what is a noun and different types of nouns. If you revise that, you will be able to understand. If you don't know what you mean by noun means. Okay, children? So noun means I told you a name of a person. So here Madhu is the name of a person. So with this, and I will give you one more example. Raj loves his family. Raj loves his family a lot. We can even stop the sentence. Raj loves his family. Even if we want to end the sentence here also we can end. But he gave a lot. So the sentence is being ended. So here we should put a full stop. Here we should put a full stop. No more information is being given about him. So here I started the sentence with the word Raju. Raj. Raj is also name of a person. Name of a person means it's a noun. It's a noun. Very good. It's clear, children? So by this, with these four sentences, I taught you very clearly. See here. If we start any sentence with a pronoun or if we start any sentence with a noun, we consider that sentence as a statement. We consider that sentence as a statement. Or we can call it as an assertive sentence. We can call it as an assertive sentence. Assertive sentence. Okay, children? So, with this it is clear. When we write any sentence with a noun or a pronoun, we consider that sentence as a statement or an assertive sentence. Is it clear, children? Assertive sentence. We even call it as declarative sentence. Have it clear? Declarative sentence. One more. We generally call it as a declarative sentence. Okay, children? Declarative sentence. Still any doubts, children? Hope you understood very well. So, in our routine language, we will call it as a statement. Grammatically, these sentences are called as either assertive sentence or declarative sentence. Okay, children? Am I clear? Either these sentences, whichever the sentence starts with a pronoun or a noun, we call them as a statement in our general language. Or we can call it as a sentence. But according to the grammatical language, what is this called as? We call it as an assertive sentence or declarative sentence. This is clear? I hope so. So, when we start any sentence with a pronoun or a noun, we definitely end with a full stop. Clear? So, here I am the most intelligent person. So, here I used a full stop. We are about to reach the temple. This is also started with a pronoun. So, I ended the sentence with a full stop. Madhu got first prize in the competition. And here also the sentence is very clear. So, I ended with a full stop. Raj loves his family a lot. family a lot. So this is also sentence started with a noun. So we consider it as an assertive sentence and we use a full stop. We use a full stop. Hope you understood, children. This is very much clear. With the four supporting sentence, I explained you the usage of a full stop. So here, when we ask where we should place a full stop, only at the end of the sentence. End of the sentence. End of the sentence. Clear? Any doubts? No? So if you are having any doubts, you can revise the video once again so that you will be able to understand. Once more, if you listen more comfortably, you will be able to understand. For example, if you are in the class, you will be having doubts and we will be clarifying. We can clarify. But here, with the support of the video, you once again, still if you have any doubts, you can WhatsApp to me. I am the most intelligent person. So this is a clear-cut information. Clearly, the information is being given. The information is given means it is considered as a statement. And if it is a statement, definitely we should use a full stop. Definitely we must place a full stop. Okay. So, if we are not able to identify, the second clue is you can find the first word is starting with a noun or a pronoun. If the sentence is starting with a noun or a pronoun, that also you can take it into criteria and you can place a full stop. This is the second clue. Okay? Any doubts, children? First thing is you have to read the sentence. If it is giving some information means definitely it is an either statement, you can call it as statement or assertive or declarative sentence. So with that, if it is able to understand which is, you can simply put a full stop. Still you are not able to understand. Then what you have to do? You have to observe the first part of the sentence, first word of the sentence. The first word, whether it is a noun or a pronoun. If it is a noun, we have to put a full stop. If it is a pronoun, then also you should place a full stop. Clear? Any doubts? Hope so. Try some more examples. Take any of your textbook. Write down some sentences and try to find out whether the sentence is having a pronoun or a noun. If it is a pronoun, we need to put a full stop. If it is a noun, we need to put a full stop. And if it is a sentence starting with a pronoun, it is an assertive sentence. Like that, you can practice. Okay, children? Hope so. Okay, children, and one more point, that is, I told you in the previous only that whatever the sentence you write, you should always write with a capital letter. That also it is in your mind, I think so. Whenever you write any sentence should always begin with a capital letter. Any sentence should always begin with a capital letter. Should always begin with a capital letter. Please remind this in your mind. Any sentence should always begin with a capital letter. Okay, children, this you have to remember. And why did I revise this one is, once you listen, this is the main important point which you have to remember forever and ever. Any sentence means what type of sentence it is. Just keep it in your mind aside. But if you start a sentence means you should use only capital letter. This you should keep it in your mind forever and ever. Okay, children. Now coming to the another point. Here, in the previous one of the example, I gave you like this. Madhu got a first prize. Madhu got a first prize in the competition Madhu got a first prize in the competition. I gave you this example. So in that I told you Madhu it is a noun. So the sentence should always end with a full stop. Is that what I told you? Madhu is a noun. So we have to end the sentence with a full stop. That is what I told you. Madhu got a first prize in the competition. That is a clear-cut information. And if we want to extend the sentence, So after putting a full stop, here I kept a full stop. This is clear now children? Now if we want to extend the sentence or if we want to give more information about the person or how the competition has been done or whoever got the second prize, if you want to give more details, the full stop has been kept, no? So that's why the next sentence you should start with again with a capital letter. Okay? Whether it starts with a pronoun or it starts with a noun. That is secondary. Either it starts with a noun or a pronoun. After full stop means you should start only with a capital letter. Why? Because it will be considered as a second sentence. Okay children? This is the first sentence. This is the first sentence. And after full stop, whatever you write, it will be considered as the second sentence. Her friend Rajani got or stood second. Her friend Rajani stood second. This is also the information. Her friend got second prize. She is giving the information. The sentence is been ended. That means you have to put a full stop. So if you want to continue the sentence some more, you can go on giving, but again you should start with the capital letter. Here see, her friend, her, H-E-R, her. Her is a pronoun, but even though it's a pronoun, we should start the sentence with a capital letter. Why? Because we kept a full stop. Here the mark of the sentence at the end of the sentence is a full stop. Okay children? So as you have marked the full stop, here the pronoun, whatever the word it may be, either I, we, you, they or his, her, whatever the word it comes, you should start only with a capital letter. So her friend stood, her friend Rajani. Why did I write the letter? Here R again in a capital letter because it's a proper noun. Okay children? Rajani means only one or two persons, particularly when I call Rajani, immediately that particular girl will come and she will take the second prize, isn't it? Will all the children called as Rajani or will all the participants will called as Rajani? No, only one particular person. So particular, very particular means those nouns or those names are considered as a proper nouns. This also I explained in the previous video. Okay children? The names of any person, it will be considered as a proper noun. So that's why here, though it came in the middle of the sentence, I wrote in a capital letter. Rajani stood second. So here I placed the full stop. Here this says the sentence has been ended. So if I want again to continue, here I have to start with the capital letter. Hope you understood very clearly. Okay children? So any sentence should always begin with a capital letter. So the sentence ended with full stop, and again if you are restarting the sentence, start with a capital letter. That's what. Here the first sentence started with a noun and in the second sentence it started with a pronoun. So it's not like that. Compulsory every sentence should start with a noun and a pronoun. Okay? It is not mandatory that every sentence should start with a noun or a pronoun. Only if it is starting with a noun or a pronoun means we can place a full stop. That is clear? Okay children. Now let me come to the next part of the sentence. So here in some cases what will happen is all the sentence may not start with a noun or a pronoun. All the sentences may not start with a noun or a pronoun. In that cases, also we place a full stop. In that cases also we place a full stop. So where? Let me tell you. So in first one what I told you, that type of sentence can be assertive or declarative. That can be assertive or declarative. If it is an assertive or declarative means I told you the sentence will start with either noun or a pronoun. Isn't it? This is clear now? Now coming to the second. In another cases also, there is another case. In that case also we use a full stop. What is that? Yes, when we are writing a sentence which is like a request, if the sentence is in the form of a request or if the sentence is in the form of a command, okay, if the sentence is in the form of a request, command or order. It can be either an order or command. So when we come to this command or order, we generally we get more elevation we will get in the direct and indirect speech. There we will be having the difference between command and order. Okay children, order means it is an officially declared, official words, official usage. In that cases we use the order. Command means even for the children or even for anyone we can give this type of sentence. Order will be completely associated with the official statements. Okay children, official statements or official persons means like your teacher or any authoritative persons they give, a principal or a judge, like these people they will be given. Those we consider as an orders. Orders will be completely different, but we can in that case also either it is a command or an order, we use this. Okay then children, request, order, command or suggestion, these type of sentences. I think as soon as you think about this, you got into your mind what will come. These sentences are called as, very good, imperative sentences. What are these called as? Imperative sentences. Imperative sentences. Okay children? Very good. Now let me tell you. Here for example, I am writing an example like this for you. Give me your pencil. Give me your pencil. So did I start this sentence with any noun or a pronoun? No. Did I start? Is give a noun or a pronoun? No. So when you concentrate on this sentence, give me your pencil, means you are asking one of your friend or one of your parent or mother, someone you are asking, give me your pencil. This is a sentence oriented. Then what we will do? Yes, it is clear. So this sentence is being ended. Give me your pencil means you will just take a pencil and you will give. That's it. Sentence has been completed. Isn't it? The sentence has been completed. That's why what you will do? Here you will place a full stop. What is the mark you will place here? Full stop. Okay children? So here we are not starting this sentence either with a pronoun or a noun. We are not starting this sentence with a noun or a pronoun. The sentence can be started with any word. Any word. Either it can be a verb or an adverb or whatever it may be. Any word you can start. Okay, or any requesting word. For example, I can write like this. Please shut the door. Please shut the door. I said with the requesting name. Please means I am requesting. I am requesting. So I started the sentence with the requesting word. Please shut the door. Please shut the door. Shut the door means I am asking you to close the door. The information is very clear. Shut the door means it's completed, commenced. So a sentence you are supposed to be finished, completely given information. So we will place a full stop. But here also we didn't start the word with a noun or a pronoun. We started with the word please. Okay children? So it is clear? So give me your pencil. It is a sentence. So though it didn't start with a noun or a pronoun. Please shut the door. This also didn't start with a noun or a pronoun. Okay children? So what you have to remember is, if this sentence is not starting with a noun or a pronoun, if it is considering give me your pencil, it may be a pleasing way or a general way you are asking give me your pencil. So this is just So with this, it is clear now. So these type of sentences, we consider them as an imperative sentences. Imperative sentences. So with this, it is clear. Full stop you should place with assertive sentences and imperative sentences. Okay, children? Hope you are very much clear. I think I have cleared very clearly. So the full stop you should place with an assertive sentence and with an imperative sentence. And assertive sentence starts with a noun and a pronoun. An imperative sentence, it's not mandatory to start with a noun or a pronoun. You have to just understand.